All right, sir. So who do I have here with me today?
Richard Calvary.
Richard Calvary. Well, first of all, I got to just say nice to meet you.
You too.
Secondly, how old are you and what's your current living situation?
I'm 65 and I'm homeless.
And you're homeless? Could you elaborate on what it's like being homeless out here, man?
Being homeless out here is not the best place to be. It's very scary, very dangerous, and I don't recommend anybody doing this if they don't have to. If they can find a place to stay, go for it. I've been trying and trying for 2 years. I've been over here, and I have still yet got any help.
Could you speak up just a little bit?
And,
all right. So you say it's scary. Could you? What are some things that you've seen or been through that let you know that it's scary out here, man?
I've seen people get hurt. I've heard of people being killed out here in this area.
Yes, sir.
And really not much more, really. I mean, you know, it depends on where you're at location-wise, and you choose your friends wisely, because they can act like they're a friend and not be. Like myself, my truck just got vandalized.
Yeah.
They broke into my truck. They sliced my tires. Why?
Man, that's awful.
Still don't know. And like I said, I've been trying to get help. I've had 11 heart attacks in the past 3 months.
Yeah, you were telling me,
I've been
man.
hospitalized. I just got out of the hospital recently for pneumonia. Almost died from that. And there's no place to be.
Yeah, that's awful.
No, if the state would try to give us some help, instead of saying they will and they don't, that's one of the biggest problems that everybody around here is having.
Yeah.
They all say they're going to help and they don't do shit. Excuse my French.
Yeah, so what is this place right here other than like businesses? Because I never knew that there was actually homes here in this area.
I myself didn't know that either. Like I said, I broke down. My vehicle's been down here for 2 years. The guy at the shop down here, I thought he was a reasonable man. He turned out to be a bad man to do business with.
Yeah.
Instead of fixing my truck, he made my truck worse.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting now. I'm filing a lawsuit on him to try to get some of my money back.
Man.
Yeah,
what did he do?
Well, what didn't he do? That's just it.
There you
That's
go.
just it. Look at it this way. He's cost me $7,000.
Yes, sir.
In damages.
That's awful.
Like I said, just here recently, my tires got sliced. They broke in. They stole all my clothes, all my food. They took everything from me. They wiped me out, stole my gas, everything.
So a minute ago, you were talking about that they're looking for somebody who killed, raped, and pillaged this area right here.
Yes, that is true. The cops have been here for the past 2 days. They were here again this morning. They're looking for a man. He's killed 5 women, they said.
Yeah.
And he's a child molester.
Is he from this Arizona?
Don't know. They
Don't know.
Say.
Okay. Well, that's awful, man. I mean, because being homeless and being displaced, wouldn't you say that there's a lot of people out here that are child molesters and things of that nature?
Yes,
or
there
they
is.
have hidden charges or things that they don't want no one to know about?
Yes, there is another man. I won't mention his name. He was just arrested 2 weeks ago, and he was taken back to Ohio for charges of child molestation.
Man, that's awful, man.
Yeah, very, very awful.
Why do you think majority of people that are displaced and homeless come to Arizona? Is there a big sign saying, hey, go to Arizona, they help you out there if you're homeless, or what? Because 90% of the people that I interview, they all say they're not from here.
And that is true. I believe the reason why a lot of people come here is because of the weather.
I knew you were going to say
Summer
that.
and winter. I mean, summers are tough.
Yeah.
But if you get through a summer, then winters aren't too bad.
Yes,
and there
sir.
are some places here where you can go and get shelter during the day when it's hot. And, you know, they try their best to help you. There's people that come through here. They pass out water. They pass out food. They help out.
Yep, I agree.
As far as the government, if the government would get off their ass and do what they're going to say they're going to do, then there may not be as many homeless people as there is now. But they're not doing what they say.
Yeah.
Like this place called Hope. They come down through here all the time saying we're going to help you. I haven't got no help yet. Nothing at all. And even with my health conditions, I have not gotten no place to go. It's all about money, money, money. They have to realize, I'm like myself, I'm on disability. I get a check once a month.
Yeah,
I don't choose to live like this. I used to work every day my whole entire life.
Yes,
this is
sir.
the first time I've ever been homeless. And when the COVID hit, the place I was living in and renting, they lost their home. I couldn't tell the man with his children, you can't move back in your own home.
Yeah,
so
that's
when
awful.
I lost my place, and that's when I became homeless.
Man, so what was the transition like from going from living in a house, I suppose, right? And being a man, you know, working and having a job and things of that nature to automatically being homeless? Was it because of the cost of living? Was it just circumstantial?
Just circumstantial when the COVID hit.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people lost their homes because of no work. Nobody could go to work because of the COVID. Everybody was mandated to stay home. They couldn't leave their homes. And
yes, sir.
How can somebody live like that?
No one can.
And people today, society has yet not recovered from the COVID.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's not getting any
awful.
better. It's getting worse and worse. I mean, there's all these places out here. They have all these empty apartments, all these empty buildings. Why can't the government take and open those up and let the homeless people go and stay there so they can get them off the street and try to get them help? But in order to get help, you have to help yourself first.
Yes,
You
yes,
can't be
sir, I
afraid
agree.
or scared to ask for help. If you don't ask for help, you'll never get nowhere, and you won't get no help.
They say squeaky wheels don't get the oil.
Oh, that's correct, and that is true. Okay, like I said, I get a check once a month. It's barely enough for me to live on, being in my vehicle. This is my home right here.
Yeah.
This is my home right here, my house, because I have nowhere else to go. And I try to go to get a place. Oh, we can't rent to you because you don't qualify because of your income.
Man, isn't that awful?
3 times the amount of the rent.
Yeah,
like
isn't it awful? I tell, not to cut you off, Rich, I tell everybody that anyone can be homeless. You're either a slip, fall, fart, burp, paycheck, drink, whatever you want to call it, away from being homeless. Because
there's a lot of homeless people out here. They don't need to be homeless. They've got money.
Oh, yeah.
But it's cheaper than living in a home.
Oh, yeah.
Because why? No rent to pay, no water to pay, no electricity, and you just take it one day at a time.
Literally, it's $2,000 for just a studio apartment. And nowadays, McDonald's, I say it all the time, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, they forgot the reasons why we used to go to them. We didn't go to them because their food was good or anything. We went to them because it was cheap, and you can feed a family of 4 on $10. Nowadays, that's not the situation. It's $80.
Forget it. Now, I know for a fact there are 2 places that help people with food at night after they close their businesses. One is Popeyes, and the other one is Little Caesars. You go there after they close, and they'll give you free food. But the only time they'll give it to you is after closing.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's nice of them to do that. Why can't our government do that? Why can't the government set up facilities where people can go and eat? There are a couple places over in Mesa. But it's limited.
There's even a lot of places here. I think Tempe is one of the best places if you're going to be homeless or displaced to be out here because of the camaraderie. I tell everybody the camaraderie is second to none, or it's just a notch above the rest. Obviously, there's still bad people here and people that are eerie and, you know, you got to keep your eye on. That's in everywhere you go.
You're 100% correct. And you know, what they're saying is the society has not got back to normal, and they still don't know how long it's going to be. Before it gets, I mean, you look around and you'll see all the businesses that used to be here, they are now gone. Like right here where we're standing, right behind you, sir, all those apartments over there that are empty. Because why? The kids aren't here for school. If they would let people move in there and just pay $300 a month, at least they're getting something.
At least they're getting something,
and they're taking people off the street, especially families that have children. They have the hardest. You know how hard it is to have 5 kids and be homeless?
It's real hard. I mean, I can imagine it's hard being homeless by yourself, let alone having kids. And I see it all the time. I mean, this is an awful situation. I gotta ask you, how do you feel about the urban camping rule and law that passed 2.5 months or so ago?
I think it's bullshit.
Okay, tell me about it. Have you noticed any, people
I have friends of mine
circumstances?
Have been arrested for it.
Yeah, getting arrested. Have you noticed people rushing out of here, leaving their spots, trembling in fear?
Yes.
Getting citations and things.
Because
Well, elaborate on it for me.
Every time you turn around, there's a police officer harassing you. Okay, bus stops. If the officer sees you at the bus stop, he stops. He'll tell you, I'm going to be back in 30 minutes. If you're still here, I got a choice, ticket or jail. That ain't right. That's not fair. But it is understandable because why they're doing that? Because they say we scare people.
Yeah.
Because who wants to be at a bus stop and you've got 15, 20 people around you and you don't know where they are.
And they're smoking a whistle.
Right.
Spelling their initials with the spelling their initials.
We know what it is, but we're not allowed to say that on camera.
I know.
And I mean, but if they would just help, what good does it do to throw them in jail? They're going to get right back out.
Yeah.
And they're going to get arrested right over again.
Yes, sir. They have a disease and they need to work on that disease and they need to get it fixed prior to going to jail.
You remember back growing up, I don't know how old you are,
yeah.
But remember when it used to be, you had low class, middle class, high class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is no more low class.
No.
It's either middle class or high class.
Or high class.
But even the high class people are still fighting as hard as we are ourselves.
Yes, sir. I agree.
To make a living. I mean, so many businesses have closed because the government says they're going to do something, but then they turn around and they do nothing.
Very
now,
true.
I will admit, when Trump came into office, that was the best thing he done when he gave people all that money to try to help them to keep their homes or their businesses going, but it didn't last.
Yeah.
And people are still wondering now, what are we going to do? Okay, here I am. I just retired September of last year. Here it is February. I have not received one check from Social Security yet.
Yeah, that's awful.
And why is that? I would like to know that.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell me. Nobody can.
That's awful.
Somebody calling for you?
No, it's someone else.
You know, but I mean, the society is not getting, in my eyes, better. It's getting worse.
Yeah, yes, sir. I agree.
Worse and worse.
So, how do you think that this could be negated, or that we could stop or fix a little bit of this issue?
Believe it or not, there's a lot of homeless people out here, and they've got brains. They would love to work, but when you go and try to apply for a job, and they see you come walking in, you got 4 or 5 bags dragging behind you.
Yeah.
You're dirty because you can't get a place to go take a shower. You can't get a place to get shaved.
Yeah.
And do you think they're going to hire somebody like that? No, they're not. If they do, they want to undercut us.
Yeah.
For less money. That ain't fair. That, in my eyes, that is not fair. Like I said,
it's not fair at all,
I've never
man.
ever been homeless until the COVID hit.
Yep. And my last question for you, man, is where do you see yourself in the next 5 years if you could think out that far, man?
Well, from what they're telling me, I've got less than a year to live because I have congested heart failure.
Yeah.
So if I am still here then, I myself, I'm just trying to find a place where I can afford to live.
Yes, sir, I agree.
And have a place to go home to and call home like I used to before.
Yep.
But I can't now because they want money. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And in my eyes, I don't think it's going to get better. I believe it's going to get worse.
I do too, man.
I think we're going to have another, what hit back in 1931, 1932, when we had when everything came to a stop.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to happen again.
I believe that too, man.
Because of the way things are going, and our government, they don't care, because you know why? They get their paycheck every month.
Yeah.
If they would just take a portion of what they get paid and give it to places where they can help homeless people, I think that would really take a lot of pressure off a lot of people.
I think so too, man. That was a great answer, man. Man, I want to thank you so much for this interview, man. You're a gentleman and a scholar, man. You kept your word. And I just want to let you know, man, you're a notch above the rest. And I think that, next time I see you, man, hopefully it's on a hand-up situation. And hopefully next time I see you, we can get an update and you'll be doing better than you are today, man. Thank you, Rich, man, for this amazing interview, man.
I'm glad I was able to do this interview with you. And everybody everybody out here knows me, and they know I'm here to help. If I can, I'll give whatever I can give to people.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
And there it is there, man.
It comes back to me in return. And like I said, Robert, I appreciate doing this interview with you, and that's about it.
Man, thank you, man. You have a good one, buddy.
You too. You're welcome. Thank you.